So, today we're gonna talk a little bit about the Arturia Microfreak. So the first thing that I gotta say, what makes this synthesizer absolutely sick is the glide. Because basically what this glide does, it lets you glide in between the keys. Which just gives you so much possibility for different kind of sounds that sound more like sirens than actual like keys. And oftentimes in electronic music, that is what we kind of want. And so I would say just for this, the Microfreak is all worth the money. Because you can just make this kind of lead arrangements on top of a song for a very long time, and you even have this gliding possibility with those keys. I think this is not mentioned enough, how nice this is. It's like on a guitar, I said before, it's like playing on a guitar a little bit, and that's why I really like this synth. For me it really, it's different. It's really different in the way you can use it, and it's more a synth that you just put on and play with, and not necessarily. I've seen people who had this kind of synth self-oscillating.
So there's like a feedback between these three, and feedback loop, and I can control the shape, the loop a little bit. I mean, it's always a bit out of control, but I can shape it a little bit with this, and with this it kind of filters it, so it's not extreme, and it can be low volume, low frequency.
The attack time also, or?
No, it's like flowing all the time, so it's not...
self-oscillating.
Right.
And the Arturia you used for?
Just from some sounds.
For some sounds, yeah. So who you just heard, that was Maria. She is a sound performer, and if you want to see her live set where she is using a roof to make it into a kind of instrument, then you can visit it on top of the screen here on the right, and we are going on with the video. However, really great for this kind of saw wave, square wave kind of sound that varies, where you can also have a filter, a cutoff, like here. This is a low pass cutoff, cutting off from the low pass to 16 hertz up to 26,900 hertz. And then we have this resonance, which is this peak, and this gives it this kind of like crispiness, crunchiness. I like to call it knarz. Knarz is what I like about synthesizers a lot. And so back in the day, they did that quite differently. They weren't able to make these kind of automations that always trigger when you hit a key. But what they did is they added a tremolo, like on the big keyboard that I own, the Yamaha CP35. And so you would have this standing wave, LFO kind of wave. And with newer synthesizers, you can change this envelope filter, as it is called. The ear is the envelope, yes. And so you can basically change the envelope, and that changes the rise time and how long the sound kind of goes on and then again flattens out. So it gives it this kind of wave to it, which is called the envelope, and it looks a little bit like that. Yeah? We have the attack time, then it goes down a bit, and then we have the time how long it goes on, kind of like a decay, and in the middle we have the sustain. Yeah, and so back in the day they couldn't do this, so for another synthesizer that is an older version, it's not a digital synth like this one, an algorithmic synth like the Arturia Microfreak. It is more that you play in between this kind of rotary effect like they had it on the Hammond organs. And yeah, so basically this is the perfect digital synth in my opinion. Fantastic product by Arturia, and yeah, it's very cool to see how all of this with the envelope just works really well. All in all, this is a great synth for any kind of electronic music. It doesn't have MIDI, which makes it for me the perfect thing for a live environment where you really want to express yourself. Also with this here, which is a pitch bend, and so you have these nice features that you can use in a live environment that you also have with other synths, like here on the Korg Monologue. And it doesn't really work, because this is also a pitch modulation. But what I have done is I have added this one with MIDI. I have given it this kind of reverb with this delay time and repeat by the analog pedal, so it has this kind of verb by itself, which is just really nice because I can change how big it sounds, how vast it sounds via this analog delay. And so yeah, I can give it basically a space on a space with this one, because here on the circuit tracks I also give it a space here when I go to mixer and I scroll down, and I can give it here space. So this blue means negative, pink means positive, and so basically I have MIDI that runs into this one, so I can make bigger sequences. I can make sequences up to 128 steps if I want to, and so I have created this kind of beat, which sounds a little bit like a post-punk soundtrack or sound, and I have added this as the sequencer, and then I have this as the live tone. And in my opinion, with those two synth functions here I have a synth, here I have a synth, that is absolutely enough. Okay, I have deleted it, I guess, so I need to do it anew. So let's just make use this. this is what we got out of it. This kind of like almost, to me it sounds like a track by Miss Kitten and the Hacker, for example, or what was the guy's name? He made this insanely good hit, Poison Lips, I think. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Reminds me a lot of that, or also Oliver Huntemann. To me, it's a little bit like a small Oliver Huntemann synth. I'm not sure. I've also tried another synth by Moog, the Subsequent 37, and that was also to me very much like Oliver Huntemann. But this one can do this kind of sounds, this kind of lead sounds as well. Other than that, yeah, with a kind of reverb or delay pedal, as I always say, you have the perfect kind of combination where you can build a little space for your soloing, and this one fits perfect for that. And yeah, all in all, I really like this combination. Last time I tried to save it on the circuit tracks, but that seemingly didn't work. I haven't figured that thing out yet. However, really nice to use this, very cool synth, can do many things with it. I can really recommend it, and the overall also design of it is really sweet and nice. Yeah, it also has these funny buttons here, spice, random, order, up and so on, so you can kind of create also arpeggio style things and spice it up a little and make it random with the dice, and bend also with the bend function. So yeah, really cool synth, absolutely worth the, I think, 350 euros in my opinion, in a combination with like you have seen here. It's fantastic, perfect, works exactly like it was intended in my opinion. And I'm out, have a good time, and go into nature if you can, and don't spend so much time on your computer like I do, or maybe use it, spend it on a synthesizer where you just have a very small screen to reduce your screen time. And I wish you all the best, and bye bye.